I'm too young to be making sounds like, ooh. Hi. It's been a little too long since I've made a 5 Basics of Health video, but I got a little busy, but I'm finally making it. This is the last 5 Basics of Health video. We are talking about the importance of sleep today. Now, when I say the last video, I'm talking the last video discussing what the 5 Basics of Health are. Right, I'm gonna do more videos that kind of going into each of the different categories and more specifically like how to strategize with it. If you run into X problems, you should do this, or maybe try this, and then like breaking down a little bit more on how to incorporate the different parts into your lifestyle, like all of that. But we're going over sleep today. First thing I'm gonna say is, from what I was researching, there is still a lot about sleep that we do not yet understand. According to experts, we don't know why we sleep, we just know that we sleep and that we need it. So the first thing we're gonna go over is the sleep cycle. There are 4 stages of sleep, and we kind of go through each one multiple times throughout the night. If you do get a full like 7 to 10, super broad, but 7 to 10 hours of sleep every night, depending on the person, of course. I say that in every video, it all depends on the person. But the 4 stages are as follows. We have stage 1, pretty much like the lightest sleep. That's when you're going from being awake to going to sleep. That's when you're falling asleep. Stage 2 is when you are asleep, but your body temperature is starting to drop and your heart rate is starting to slow, but you're like not yet at deep sleep. If that makes sense. But that is going to be stage 3 is deep sleep. It has more restorative functions, and then stage 4 is REM sleep. And so this is when you're going to be dreaming, your brain is going to be the most active, and you kind of experience something called muscle paralysis to keep you from acting out your dreams. The first 3 stages of sleep are considered non-REM sleep, and then stage 4 is going to be REM sleep. Some factors of sleep and how much sleep you need is going to be based on your age, your gender, body composition, sleep disorders, alcohol, genetics. For women, even our cycle can affect it, how much activity we did that day versus another day, and like is our body used to it? Lots of different things affect our sleep cycle. So we are going to go over what happens during each phase a little bit more specifically. So during stage 1, which is called N1, we are falling asleep. It lasts a few minutes. Our brain and body activity start to slow. We're very easy to wake up. Our brain forces our body to jerk during this time to make sure that we're still alive, essentially. So that little thing where you start to like you're falling asleep, but you don't really falling asleep, and then like you might feel like you're falling or something, but suddenly your body just like it twitches, like, right? So your body will do that, and that's your brain's way of making sure you aren't dead and you're still alive. You know what? I'll do a separate video on this, like a little bit more specifically with like brain waves and such, because I think that topic might deserve its own video. However, when it comes to the brain frequencies that we are tapped into in N1 or stage 1 of sleep, we are producing low amplitude mixed frequency waves in theta range, so about 4 to 7 hertz. I'm not even going to try to explain what that means, because again, that in and of itself is an entire science out of my current scope. However, you better believe I will be doing research on that at some point. That's stage 1, right? That's when you're falling asleep. That's what happens. Stage 2 or N2, that takes up most of our sleep time. That's when we're coming, like before we hit deep sleep. Our heart rate lowers. We don't have any eye movement, hence non-REM, right? Body temperature drops. We have short bursts of electric activity, which could possibly be the brain organizing memories and information from the time spent awake. There isn't like from what I saw when I was researching, we don't know why we see so much like spurts of brain activity when we're in stage 2. We also will see sleep spindles and K complexes, which are brainwave features, appear for the first time. So stage 3 or N3 is deep sleep. This one is harder to wake up from. This is when our body is going to be repairing a lot in our tissue and in our cells. So we'll be repairing our injuries and reinforcing your immune system. This is going to be about 25% of your total sleep time. With tissue repair, cell regeneration, increase your immune system. Your heart rate is at its slowest during deep sleep. And again, no eye movement. And this is when you're going to have delta brainwaves present. Stage 4 is REM sleep. So REM stands for rapid eye movement. So the first 3 are non-REM, no eye movement. REM, there's eye movement. Your muscles will go limp or they'll be paralyzed. So you don't act out your dream. It stimulates areas of the brain that help with learning and memory. And the brain repairs itself and processes emotional experiences, interactions from the day, anything you haven't processed during the day, like or when you're awake. It also transfers short-term memories into long-term memories. And this is called stage R. And stage R occurs about 90 minutes after you fall asleep, and is the primary dreaming stage of the sleep phases. So it lasts around 10 minutes the first time you go through it. And again, you're going to go through all these cycles multiple times in the night. So it'll be like, it's kind of, think like this. That's what the brain cycle or the sleep cycles are, right? You're going into it, you're coming out of it, going into it, coming out of it, going into it, coming out of it. So when the first time you experience REM sleep will be the shortest time you experience it throughout the night, and every time you experience it again after that, the time will increase. At this point, you can probably guess why sleep is important, especially in your fitness journey or when you're trying to be healthy, based off everything I've said. But to really hammer the nail in on it, a loss of sleep impairs reasoning, problem solving, and attention to detail. Sleep deficit over time can put you at a greater risk for developing depression, a weakened immune system. Funny story. So, my mic died in the middle of filming the last time I tried filming this, so we're gonna try to get through the rest of it. I think I know where I left off. My apologies if there's a little bit of overlap. But we are fully charged now, and we're gonna continue on with the video. So, I believe we're on. So this next portion is going to be on the negative effects of not getting enough sleep, right? So I'm just gonna list them off. Loss of sleep impairs reasoning, impairs your problem solving and attention to detail, and a sleep deficit over time can put you at a greater risk for developing depression, a weakened immune system, diabetes, and overall increase your risks for obesity. Really, the big thing with sleep is that it is your recovery part of your health, right? So you have the training, performance, and recovery, right? So you train your mind, you train your body to be able to perform in your day-to-day tasks, whatever they may be. So let's say school, right? You want to be a doctor, medical school is your training, as well as any continued education that you do beyond that. So whether it's getting certifications or just staying up to date on the latest information, that is practicing, and performing is going to be at your job when you are being a doctor, right? So that's training and performance, and then you have recovery. You need a break from being a doctor sometimes, because otherwise your performance will drop. Same thing goes with your body, with your health, right? So we work out so that whatever our day-to-day lives consist of, whether it's a bit more sedentary or if it's like super, super active because we work a construction job, or we just like to work out on a daily basis, part of our routine, or we just live an active lifestyle, we train for that. We perform during our day-to-day, and then we have our recovery time from those things, because we can't just keep moving and keep training all the time. We need time to rest and recover. Sleep is essential to your recovery. I do want to get a little bit more specific on what happens if you don't get enough REM sleep, and then what happens if you don't get enough deep sleep. So if you don't have enough REM sleep, you will have problems with your memory. It will disrupt your brain's ability to generate new cells. There's more, but it's filled with a lot of big words that, quite honestly, I don't understand, but you get the idea. And there are a couple of disorders that go along with not getting enough REM sleep, such as REM sleep behavior disorder, narcolepsy, nightmare disorder, obstructive sleep apnea, and central sleep apnea. Not getting enough deep sleep may affect the release of important hormones, your learning and your memory, and can possibly reduce the amount of waste being removed from your cerebrospinal fluid. There are a lot of things a lot of information out there on how to improve your quality of sleep, such as getting a better mattress, investing in certain types of pillows, and obviously getting those custom mattresses that kind of mold to your body, and ones that you can each side has its own control. One can be warm, one can be cool, one can raise, one can lower. If you can afford something like that, by all means go for it. But I'm going to go more towards things that aren't as discussed. So some of my tips for getting better sleep are going to be: 1, go outside when you wake up and right before you go to sleep, so that your body can, I talked about this in the sunlight video, your body can regulate with the rise and fall of the sun. So if you go outside when the sun goes up, your body will simulate wake up hormones, and if you're outside when the sun goes down, your body will simulate sleepy hormones. And the more you do this, the better you'll sleep, because your body becomes that much more associated and regulated with the rise and fall of the sun. So the next one has to do with a mental association between your bed and sleep. We all love our bed. One thing that you can do is, as much as we love our bed, try not to go into your bed until it is time to go to sleep, or for, I'm going to say, intermarital relations. Try to keep yourself out of bed until it's time for one of those two things. That way, your brain will kind of associate when your head hits the pillow, okay, it's time to go to sleep. The more you do that, the easier it becomes over time. Conversely, if let's say you work from home, or you just have some things that you want to get done while you are at home outside of work to make work easier, that's totally fine, right? But if you try to do that stuff while you're in bed, your brain will start to associate bed with work. And okay, so what do I need to do? What are some things that need to get done? I should be on my computer. I need to go, and your brain will start running a lot more than it should. Same thing with like being on the TV. Try not to watch TV when you're going to bed, because that's still stimulating your brain, even though you don't have to think about anything technically, because you're just watching a good TV show. It's still stimulating your brain, and you want bedtime and your bed to be as little stimulation as possible, getting ready to go to sleep, brain is starting to rest, and that's what you want before you go to sleep. The next one is supplements that have been known to help people with sleep, but make sure you consult a doctor before trying any of these things. So the list of supplements that can help with sleep, or are known to contribute to a healthy sleep cycle, would be magnesium, I'm gonna butcher these, theanine, I don't know, melatonin, valerian, and glycine. I don't know. It's the INE that gets me. But those would be some of the ones that have been known to help people with sleep. Again, consult a doctor before trying any of those or any combination of those. And I'm not telling you to take them. Talk to your doctor first. Okay, so I think that's everything. I hope I hit everything. I'm pretty sure everything else was talked about in the first portion of this video, so hopefully I got it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.